They have abusive captors that want to break them physically and mentally. They showed him freedom, and then they shut the door, slammed the door in his face, and threw him back into the dungeon. I mean, it's sick. It's pure sadism. It can break people apart. He's been treated like that every day since October 7th. Evyatar is my younger brother. We are three siblings in total. We have also a younger sister. I watched that video when I was at the States with Guy's older brother, Gal. And then we saw them together in that video, and we have no idea that they are together. And it was amazing at first because it was the first sign of life after more than 500 days. More than 500 days that we had no idea what's going on. We had no idea. Hamas didn't give us anything. Like, we had no idea what's the conditions. We had no idea if they get any medicine, if they get enough food, if they sleep. We had nothing, nothing. Hamas didn't volunteer to give something like that, nor the Red Cross, by the way. And we find ourselves watching our younger brothers alive. And I recognized my brother, and I recognized Guy. I mean, those the same people I know and love. But then you get a situation, and you watch it again and again, and you see their faces, and you see the look in their eyes, and you see how thin they are, how starved. Evyatar looked so thin. I mean, it was clear that he was starved for months. And he was pale, and the guy was pale. So it was sure that they were deprived of sunlight. And they looked desperate. I mean, I saw my brother so broken in that video. If I was in his place, watching my friends being released on stage, and then like they showed him freedom, and then they shut the door, slammed the door in his face, and threw him back into the dungeon. I mean, it's sick. It's pure sadism, and I think it can break people apart. I mean, this is the psychological effect on Evyatar and Guy can be, unfortunately, very big. And I felt it too. I mean, it broke me to know that he can be, that he's been treated like that every day since October 7th. Every day, not only in that 5 minutes of a video. Every day they have abusive captors that want to break them physically and mentally. Evyatar and Guy was kidnapped just minutes after their friends were murdered, very close to them. For some reason, Ron and Idan, which became a couple, a boy and a girl, became a couple just a week before the festival. They were killed. Evyatar and Guy were taken, thrown into a pickup truck, and drove into Gaza Strip on October 7th. And they stayed under the control of Nukhba terrorists, which is the elite force of Hamas. For more than a month, they sat blindfolded, silenced, starved, almost to near death situation for almost a month. After that, they were separated, and they met Tal. Tal Shoham is a 40 years old father of two. All of his family was kidnapped that day, his wife, his two children. And he had no idea what happened to them in that day. They were kidnapped from Kibbutz Be'eri. And he became their big brother in that awful, awful situation. And they became a family. Tal, Evyatar, and Guy became a family. And he was their spiritual mentor almost. Um, and for more than 200 days, they were shifted from one apartment to the other. They were above ground almost all of that period of time, with changing conditions, with changing captors. It was chaotic, and they were afraid all the time. They were afraid from the bombings of the war waging all around them. So they were in constant fear of death. And on June 8th of June, um, Operation Arnon took place, the rescue operation. Four hostages, thank God, were released that day, rescued. But unfortunately, almost all the other hostages were sent underground to the tunnels. And it included Evyatar, Guy, and Tal. And there they meet Omer Venkert. Omer Venkert is 24 years old, like my brother, young man. And immediately they became a unit, a family. They had an amazing bond, something cosmic. Um, and they endured for more 250 days together. And in that day, February 22nd, when Omer and Tal got released, um, I had new brothers, two new brothers, Omer and Tal became my new brothers, and I didn't know that. But then I met them, and they just told me whatever they could, and they told us about the conditions where they spent, and just imagine tunnel, 3.5 feet on 30 feet, something like that. Barely enough place to stand upright. And they were four adult men in that tiny chamber right next to a pit which they dug in the ground. They used it as toilet because that's what the terrorists made them to do. So just imagine this small space with the humidity. It's very humid downstairs, down the earth, and just the smell, the stench, and there's very small amount of oxygen, and we understood that they are being starved, as we saw in the video. We saw them starved. They are very starved. The hostages that spent that time with them, Tal Shoham and Omer Venkert, both of them lost nearly half of their body weight, which is insane, and being dehydrated, and they don't have night or day because they have constant light above their heads, and they have no communication with the outside world. They have no idea what's going on. All the messages that I tried to send to my brother, he never received them because he was disconnected from radio or TV. And somehow he managed to endure and survive and stay sane in that really hopeless environment. Somehow, I don't know how, but he has apparently um, the right spirit for the task. But we do know that their mental state is deteriorating, and it's actually what I fear the most, that they will lose hope eventually. At some point, they'll break down, lose hope, and it will be over. The body can endure a lot, really a lot, but the mind, um, I think, is more fragile. And what fears me the most is that their new brothers, their new family was taken from them. So it's not only the trauma of October 7th and all of that processing trauma, it's also um, uh, this double trauma of being separated again from their new brothers, Tal and Omer. So they lose what was most important for them in that point. And it's family, it's the sanity they gave each other, it's the order they gave each other, the relief they gave each other, and they don't have it anymore. And hopefully, I have no idea if Evyatar and Guy are still together. I really don't. And that's what fears me the most, that they are being tortured and abused psychologically every day, every minute, every second. And that's something we just have to stop it.